What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're going to jump in with a bunch of Destiny 2 Forsaken content to take a look at. So we're going to take a look at a new exotic. This is the new exotic sword in the expansion, talk about how you can get it. We'll also talk about the Lord of Wolves briefly. There is a specific way to acquire that, but inside of the Dreaming City there is a hidden Ascendant challenge. I'm going to break that down and exactly how you complete it. This will give you a powerful gear reward drop, so definitely bear that in mind. On top of this, you may have seen some hidden cats in the Dreaming City. I'll explain what those are all about and how you can actually use them to get some pretty awesome Dreaming City gear and other hidden secrets inside of this space. So if you guys do enjoy the video, a like below is very much appreciated. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit subscribe to see a lot more D2 content. But for now, let's get straight into it. So of course, Forsaken has now arrived. Very exciting stuff. We've got a whole bunch of new gear in the game, new exotics, and plenty of secrets in the Dreaming City. We're going to talk about some of those secrets in just a moment. First though, let's take a look at the Black Talon, the new exotic sword inside of the Forsaken expansion. So big shout out to my pal Mist who managed to get this dropped. Then let me jump in on their account to try the weapon out. So it has a pretty interesting bonus, Crow's Wings. Press RT and RT again to fire off a projectile cross combo. It does also have Tempered Edge, Heavy Guard, and then you've got Tireless Blade. But essentially you can fire a projectile with this sword, which is pretty cool. And essentially if you spam it, you will do a combination which is extremely devastating. So it's interesting that it does have that ranged capability. Of course, up close it works pretty much like any other sword. So definitely an interesting weapon. It's cool to have some projectile swords back in the game. Swords have had a noticeable improvement to the ammo situation, and this one seems to do okay as far as ammo goes. But heavy ammo right now is a little bit inconsistent, that we're not at D1 exotic sword kind of levels of OP with this one. However, like I said, the attack itself is incredibly powerful. As you can see, it cuts through a bunch of these enemies. Uses a fair amount of ammo, but you get a pretty solid payoff right there, which is pretty cool. And the Black Talon is a completely random exotic drop, so it can come from milestones, it can come from engrams. No quest or anything like that. It is completely RNG based. Next though, we may as well mention the Lord of Wolves. Now I don't actually have this weapon, but something to shout out about it. I've seen numerous reports that Lord of Wolves actually drops from the Spiders bounties. A couple of folks said it was from the 440 light bounties. I would guess it could probably come from any of them, but if you do want a chance at the Lord of Wolves, then you'll have to complete the Spiders bounties. Of course, he'll give you them in the Tangled Shore, and you have to head around hunting down wanted enemies in different locations. Not a guaranteed drop, completely RNG, but many reports say that they come from the Spider Bounties, so it seems pretty likely that that is the drop source for this weapon. So just a couple of quick exotic things to take a look at right there, guys. Next though, you may have spotted some of these mysterious kind of cat statues in the Dreaming City. So these are hidden in a couple of different locations. One that you'll find is actually off of the main spawn point in Dreaming City this week, and if you head straight over to this cliff right here, you can drop down, and there is a hidden cave under the ground, and you can actually spot one of these cats. There is another one in the observatory as well. So there's a couple of different places that you can actually find these. Of course, it says you lack something, which is pretty mysterious. My friend Phantom Zone actually got the item required in order to interact with this. So you do get an item called a small gift. You can see it right here in the inventory. These can drop randomly from public events in the Dreaming City, so it is a hidden material essentially. But when you get one dropped, you can go to one of these cat statues and actually turn it in to get a piece of gear. And my buddy Phantom got the Reverie Dawn gloves, of course, which comes from the Dreaming City Warlock set of gear. Other people have received Dreaming City weapons from these as well. So you can see the Tiger Spite auto rifle right here with the Dreaming City theme and all of that good stuff. These can drop from these little cat statues when you turn in one of the small gift tokens, so definitely bear that in mind. Something else interesting is going off right now in the game. So inside of Dreaming City, there are hidden Ascendant challenges that you can complete every week. These actually do have powerful gear reward drops. In order to even begin one of these, you will need an item called a Tincture of Queen's Foil, and this is a random item that can drop from chests in the Dreaming City, can drop from the world chests or public events and things like that, and as you can see, it opens your mind to the secrets of the Dreaming City. And basically when you use this, it means that you will be able to see secret portals that actually take you into the Ascendant realm where you can complete these weekly challenges. So right here, you'll see behind Petra, there is a lost sector, actually down on the ground. below the cliff edge where Petra stands. And it looks like this is one of, if not the, Ascendant challenge for the week. So when you come into this lock sector, you can actually pop the Tincture of Queensfoil right here. And once you've used this item, you will see a mysterious Taken portal pop up in the middle of the lost sector. You can do this either before or after you've killed enemies inside of the lost sector, and then it's a little bit tricky to get it done, but not super difficult, definitely better with 2 or 3 players. But basically, once you're in this area that you can see, there'll be a bunch of crystals in the middle room. Ultimately, you'll want to destroy these to actually progress with the mission. But before you can destroy them, you will have to destroy 4 Taken Blights inside of this Ascendant space. So you jump in them, just take them down. There's essentially 1 in each corner of the room. It's kind of dark, so a little bit tricky to navigate. But once you have all of those down, you will get a notification on the side of the screen that says an opportunity. And if you go back to the middle, you'll actually be able to start destroying the crystals. And that's essentially it. You'll have to hop around and kind of avoid all the thrall and the knights and stuff. But once you take the crystals down, you will complete this Ascendant challenge for this week. And as you can see, a chest pops up right here. Now, I was actually waiting for a friend who got kind of sent out of the room when he died, and he was trying to get back through the portal and he couldn't. Unfortunately, my chest actually disappeared, so do bear that in mind. It is a timed chest. It's going to vanish in around about 2 minutes or so. So definitely grab it and don't be stupid like me. But apparently you can get powerful gear reward drops. So this is essentially a hidden secret kind of activity every week that acts like a milestone and can reward powerful gear that will kind of increase your power level beyond the soft cap. So that is the basics of the Ascendant challenge, and that is the one that's up this week. There may be others that we can find as well, but speaking of interesting consumables, there are a bunch of different consumables you can get in the game right now by dismantling pieces of gear. So right here we have one called the Finest Matterweave. This is one that my friend got by dismantling a weapon. Boss kills have a chance to drop a Masterwork core, and the effect lasts until a Masterwork core is found. So that's pretty awesome. If you get one, definitely worth dropping. More or less guarantees you to get a Masterwork core at some point in time. You can get these across all different locations. It's based essentially around the gear that you're using. Other random things as well though, in the area with Petra in the Dreaming City, opposite where Petra actually is, sometimes you'll see this blight which appears, and as you damage it, it actually gets smaller. Once you've taken it down, this big boss will spawn, Baracus Pain, the Cold Hand, and if you can take him down, you can actually get access to certain pieces of gear via the chest. So I got the Prodigal Helm, which is the helmet from the set, which is the kind of vanilla Destiny 1 Crucible set for the Titan. And presumably you can get these different armor pieces by opening the chest multiple times or opening ones in different locations. Maybe they pop up over different weeks. But as you can see, that is some vanilla Destiny 1 gear, which is pretty cool. You do get all of the random bonuses and stuff like that as well. I'll keep you guys posted with any other awesome secrets found in the Dreaming City, but of course, in Forsaken, we've seen a whole bunch of loot dropping, so various different weapons, different archetypes, some of them with similar models, but you can find different archetypes in different places, and of course, they all come with random rolls, so there is an absolute ton of stuff that is being dropping. I got a pretty cool pulse rifle right here called Go Figure. This actually comes with Kill Clip. It's got Zen Moment as well, and it looks like the stability and the range might be pretty decent, so this could be a decent pulse rifle in PvP. Not really sure how good the aggressive burst archetype will actually be, but it does have some potential to be pretty nasty. Had a few other interesting weapons dropped that you can see right here. I don't think any absolute god rolls just yet. Actually had some of the returning D1 stuff, the Better Devils and the Anti-OP. I would say the Go Figure is potentially looking like the most interesting kind of primary roll that I've got. You can also get the Wrong Side of Right, but I don't have a fantastic roll on this one just yet. This is one that actually came from the Dreaming City, the translation theory, so I believe you can get this while you're completing, different pieces of content on that space. It's adaptive frame. I actually got opening shot and moving target. I'm not super excited about that roll, but it's interesting nonetheless. Also, a kill clip main ingredient sounds potentially potent as well. Let me know how you guys are getting on. I've got so much armor with different bonuses that I need to go through. Actually caring about the gear that you have in Destiny feels somewhat unusual at this point, of course. But let me know down below how you've been getting on with Forsaken so far, guys. If you do get any awesome exotics, let me know if you fancy letting me try them out on your account. Of course, I'm always down to get gameplay of the new exotic weapons and stuff like that. But if you have enjoyed this video, guys, a like below is very much appreciated. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit subscribe if you want to see a lot more Destiny 2 content. Check out my sponsor Into the AM, who have some fantastic clothing in their store. Really cool hoodies, hats, bandanas, graphic t-shirts, and a bunch of other stuff. You can save 10% in the store using code Houndish. I'll link that store down below. But for now, I very much appreciate you guys tuning in. Whatever you get up to, I hope you have an awesome day.